Let's bring in Nancy Mace, Republican Congresswoman from South Carolina and member of the House Oversight Committee. Thanks very much for taking the time. Appreciate it. So what is your initial reaction to hearing that the former president has been indicted on these at least 7 counts?
Well, there aren't coincidences, right? I called this 2 days ago privately. I don't want to be seen as a conspiracy theorist. I try to go right down the center and call the balls and strikes. But none of us are surprised that Donald Trump was indicted today, the day that we were going to hold FBI's Christopher Wray in contempt over that subpoena, on the day that we actually got access to those documents, because it seems like every time Joe Biden is under the microscope, something like this happens. In my sense and my feeling tonight, and I'm someone who, Donald Trump primaried me last year. I'm the only Republican in the House to actually beat him in a primary last year. So we've had our ups and downs. So let me be very frank about that. But it sure does feel like this is the executive branch trying to take out the president's #1 opponent in the Republican primary for the presidency in 2024.
So you're not open to looking at what's in the indictment to see what they have or they don't have against him?
I'm always open to seeing the facts. I mean, obviously, anytime there's an investigation or an indictment, you want to follow the facts where they lead you. But it does feel like, I try to take a very just pragmatic, nonpartisan approach to things when I look at it. And when you see that the current president had thousands of boxes, including some classified documents in his garage at home that were unsecured. When you look at Hillary Clinton having a private email server with classified documents on it as well, and then Donald Trump. I mean, so you see all this, and only one person is getting investigated or prosecuted for this kind of thing. It seems like there's one standard for Donald Trump, and then there's a standard for everybody else. I do believe that Joe Biden just nominated Donald Trump for the Republican nomination.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to help him politically, but you know the difference, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you. Obviously, Mike Pence has been cleared, right?
Right.
One of the reasons Mike Pence has been cleared is because there was no evidence of intentionality on his part with regard to the conduct.
Right, the law is all about intent,
Right, and the law is all about intent, and Donald Trump was subpoenaed for these documents in May. And look, I said this in the first block, I think this is bad for the country. I think this indictment is bad for the country. I was hoping it wouldn't reach this point. But from my perspective, if there is the evidence of A, intentionality, and B, that these documents are significant, right, that these aren't just love letters to Kim Jong-un, and you put that together, then I think that they have to indict. Any Department of Justice under any president has to indict. Do you disagree?
Well, I'm looking at the political environment, too. This looks awfully weaponized. It looks very politicized to do this on the very day that the Oversight Committee members got access to documentation, credible information, from a credible witness about a bribery scheme involving Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. The irony here, people are going to see it for what it is. And if that was really truly the intent, that this is a real investigation, a real indictment, they wouldn't have done it on the same day that this investigation really blew up on oversight today.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that in a minute. But with regard to the politicization of the Justice Department, I've always been confused by that argument as a whole. When this is a Department of Justice that has now defended Donald Trump twice, right? In the E. Jean Carroll case, and also when Peter Strzok and Lisa Page sued over them getting fired. The DOJ under Merrick Garland has stepped in to defend Donald Trump. They didn't have to. The left was very upset about it. As you know, AG Garland was called to testify, to explain himself. How dare you defend Donald Trump in a court of law? And if this is a AG who just wanted to bring down Donald Trump, why would he defend him in these cases where he doesn't have to?
Well, why would they do this indictment on the same day that the investigation under this bribery scheme with Ukrainian Burisma exploded? I mean, I called this 2 days ago. I didn't want to say anything publicly because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of extremism or conspiracies. But I mean, I called this with my staff 2 days ago. I said, this is what's going to happen. It'll happen Wednesday night or Thursday when we get access to the documents or when we indict the FBI. That's what's happening, because it just seems like every time that Joe Biden is under the gun or there's some more evidence that creeps up, that Donald Trump gets indicted, or there's a new information or a new case or a new investigation on Donald Trump. And the American people, that's what they're going to see on the surface. They're not going to really care about anything else. And that's my sense tonight.
I think I give the American people. I give the American people more credit that they're going to actually read the indictment and
I hope that they do. I hope everyone will follow the facts.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.